Greetings everyone, welcome back to the jungle. I'm here and I'm carrying on with part 2 of my psychedelic journey series. Today we're going to talk about navigation, and today I wanted to give you a bit of a metaphor for what that psychedelic experience is, and how it could look to you. So imagine I'm the psychedelic, okay? Imagine I'm the psychedelic, and imagine the hut behind me is you, okay? So as the psychedelic, what I'm here to do is open the door to your mind so that we can go on a little journey, and I'm going to take you inside so that you can see more of who you are. Let's go. Might be a bit dark in there. Greetings, psychedelic explorers. Welcome to your mind. It is a bit dark in here, and it's also quite light at times as well. So yeah, I think it's a really powerful metaphor, that kind of understanding that what psychedelics are there to do. They're really there to open the door to your mind so that you can see what it is that you're not looking at and that you may need to work on. Ultimately, that's all they're doing. Opening the door, showing you what's there. And then it's very much up to you to take the insights and the lessons that you learn through the ceremonies and experiences and integrate them into your life after the experience. That's actually when the work begins. And we're going to talk more about that on part 3, which is more about integration. So today I want to talk more about navigation, navigating these experiences. The more experience you have on psychedelics gives you more tools to navigate them, and helps you to understand the geography, if you like, of the experience and how it can go one way or the other. You're also going to draw huge metaphors from what I talk about in terms of the psychedelic experience and in terms of life itself. There's so many lessons and tools that we get from the psychedelic experience, which is a metaphor, which is a total mirror of the life experience we live as human beings. And that's why I think they're such a valuable tool, because they really help you to navigate life much more, with more grace, shall we say. They don't make life any easier in some senses, they just make it easier for you to navigate. So the first thing I'm going to touch on is that no matter how many psychedelic experiences that you have, and this is how I approach each ceremony now, as if it's my first. Because no matter what's gone before, no matter what experience you have, no matter how what you've experienced in the past, you really never know what's coming up. You only get shown in a psychedelic experience what you need to know now for this particular part of your journey. And so it makes sense that months or years down the line you're going to have a very different experience to the one you had before. So one thing you can guarantee with a psychedelic experience, just like with life, that it's going to change and it's going to evolve, and no ceremony is exactly the same as the one you've had before. So I find it always really helpful to approach each ceremony or session as if it's your first, and also approach it as a humble student. Basically, you're there to learn from the teacher, which is the source, the plant, which is the wisdom within you. I'm about to do my first San Pedro experience today. I've never done a ceremonial dose of San Pedro before. It's quite a long ceremony. We're going to sit from midday today until probably 11 o'clock tonight, midnight tonight. From what I gather, there's less of a visual effect with San Pedro, much more of a deeper introspective experience. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So I'm basically going to take all of this stuff I'm talking about today, and I'm just going to try and apply it through that experience, really. With, again, this is my first experience with that, so I'm just approaching it as a humble student and allowing the experience to be whatever it is. Point 2 is expect the unexpected. As I touched on before, you never really know how it's going to turn out. So always approach, again, the same with life, right? You never know what's around the corner. So as long as we acknowledge that there will be bumps in the road. We are able to navigate them with a much more graceful approach. That lessons and insights are going to come to you in ways that you never thought possible. You're going to get shown very simple lessons that are going to interlink so many of your past experiences and circumstances in a way that will just blow your mind. There's such a deep intelligence to these plants, and to your mind and who you are internally, and to this whole wonderful life that we're living. The dots all get joined up and you'll get shown things that will blow your mind. Point 3, trust. Trust in, trust that you are exactly where you need to be and you are exactly right on time. Trust that you will be shown and given in the experience everything you need. Not always what you want, but always what you need. And trust that you have the strength to make it through the other side, no matter how it turns out. Point 4, surrender to the experience. Again, another great metaphor for life, surrendering to life, surrender to the experience. Don't resist anything. The more you resist and hang on and hold and fear, the harder it will become. Okay, it's so important in a psychedelic experience that if you feel yourself resisting at any point, that is the sign for you to let go more and to surrender more into the experience. That's kind of what I do now. The moment I feel myself tensing up, seizing up, getting fearful about something, it's a sign that I need to let go more, and it's a sign that I'm starting to seize up. And just again, through navigating these experiences in the past, I know what it is when you start seizing up and you become fearful, it escalates. So it's much better to let go into the experience, trust and surrender. And again, great metaphors for life, right? The more we kind of fight and resist life, the harder it gets. The more we get into the flow with it and surrender to the flow of life, the easier it gets. Try not to judge. Point 5, try not to judge. Try not to judge your journey, and specifically try not to compare it to other people's who are in that space with you. We're all going through a very unique journey that's unique to our own unique path, right? We're all on a unique path anyway, so we're all going to be shown very different lessons, have very different experiences, and be given insights that we need to know for our life path, okay? And you might find that most of the people in your ceremony are having a really joyful experience, but there might be 1 or 2 people that are going through very deep, dark and difficult ones. And so it's really important not to judge, and it's this ceremonial space is a space for you to be free of any form of judgment, and whatever is true for you in that moment is beautiful and it's welcomed. Okay, so and try not to just try not to judge that. Try not to judge the experience you're having, whether it's living up to expectations or not, because as I said before, you are getting exactly what you need on some shape or form. Some ayahuasca experiences I've had, I've fallen asleep for 2 hours. And obviously my body was given what it needed, which was rest. And at other times I've had amazing visuals and been shown all kinds of wonderful things. Again, you never really know how it's going to go and what you're going to be shown, but it will be exactly what you need in that moment of your life. Point 6, breathe. Don't forget the breath. It's the one thing, when you feel like you're leaving your body and you're going through some kind of ego death, or you are just losing all sense of physical reality, you will always be connected to your breath. Coming back to your breath and focusing on your breath will ground you in the experience and help you to navigate it. So remember to breathe, always come back to your breath. As with the yogic practices and meditation, right? You know, breath is that constant that we have, that we're always connected to, that will always bring you back to yourself. Okay, and that's really important in the psychedelic experience, because more often than not you're going to lose sense of physical reality. So the breath will be your anchor, if you like, back. Point 7, try and always come back to your heart. Sometimes in a psychedelic experience you can end up very much locked in your head, stuck in a loop. Why am I thinking this? Why am I thinking that? Is this working? What am I doing here? What's the point in all this? This is really weird. Why am I even drinking again? Why have I just drunk again? Why? I'm never going to do this again. Why? What? You know, you can get stuck in thought loops and in a psychedelic experience, and they'll just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the key then is to really be able to observe that this is going on in your mind, just like you would in meditation, and come back to your heart. So really focus back on your heart. Nice thing to do is just really focus on your heart until you can feel it beating, okay? And that will really bring you back into that kind of heart space. Bloody cockerels. One thing the facilitators might also offer during a psychedelic ceremony is rapé. Rapé is a blend of South American tobacco, ash from a plant, and maybe another combination of another plant within that as well. It's served through a pipe which goes first of all up the left nostril, and it's blown up there, and then it's blown up the right nostril. It can be quite disorientating, quite grounding, can be a bit aggressive sometimes, but it can also get you out of the loop that you're stuck in. If you feel like your journey is stuck at some point and you need help just kind of aligning the energy and getting out of your head, asking for some rapé or serving yourself some rapé can really help with that. It might also bring on a purge of some sort, but don't be fearful of that, because the purge can allow your energy to flow again. And yeah, coming on to purging, actually, more so within obviously the ayahuasca experience, but purging, you know, people talk about being sick, and obviously that's a part of it, you know. That's why in a lot of ceremonies and retreats you're given buckets, right? So I'd say it's probably 7 to 8 out of 10 chances that you're going to purge in a ceremony. Not always, but the majority of the time. But there's other ways of purging as well. Purging you should see as more of an energetic release. It's not just a physical throwing up last night's dinner sort of thing. It's you're letting go of a lot of locked energy that's being stirred up. Now, you don't always purge through the mouth. Sometimes your purging can be released in many different ways, through crying, through laughing, through sweating, fevers. You can go through severe shakes and convulsions for a short period of time. Your body, you know, tears. Your body will find a way to release the energy, and the plant will show your body whatever way it sees fit for that to happen. And so again, just surrender into that process. And then really, I think, try and keep coming back to that feeling of gratitude, awe and wonder. You should find that the psychedelic experience will really give you that in bucket loads. And certainly once you come out the other side, gratitude, awe and wonder are definitely part of the process. Whether you've been through a beautiful experience or a challenging one, I pretty much 100% all the time come out with that feeling of gratitude, awe and wonder, and this connection with magic. And worst case scenario, if you are stuck in a really difficult experience, use the mantra, "This too shall pass." I find that very helpful. Everything in life comes to an end at some point, right? And reminding yourself that this too shall pass is a really healthy way of remembering that this experience that you're in, no matter how disorientating it is and weird it is at that time, you will come out the other side. It will always end. There may be the feeling like it's never going to end, but if you can really remember that mantra, "This too shall pass," it will really help you to understand that, okay, I'm in a challenging experience right now. I just have to hold on tight and see it through to the end, and try and garner any of the lessons that come through in the insights and the wisdom. This too shall pass, and so will that. So that's today's rundown for psychedelic journeying, specifically navigation, how to navigate your journey. I hope that helps all you psychonauts out there, those who are interested in going on a journey, have been on a who are going on a journey. Reach out if you'd like ask any questions, comments. You can always find more information about me and my coaching on adamstansbury.com, and that's it for now. Bon voyage, safe journeys, and peace out, and of course, plant power.